Good morning, students. Let us start the topic nutrition in human being. Now, in this, first step is digestion in mouth. In mouth, food is mixed with saliva. First, it is crushed with teeth and then mixed with saliva. Saliva is secreted by salivary gland. Saliva is secreted by salivary gland which contain an enzyme salivary amylase, or it is also known as ptyalin. Amylase breaks down starch into simpler form. Here, the food becomes soft and is taken to the stomach through esophagus. Clear? So, in mouth, food is first crushed with the teeth and then it reaches buccal cavity where it is mixed with saliva, which is secreted from salivary gland, and salivary gland has enzyme known as salivary amylase, and function of salivary amylase is to digest starch. Now, through esophagus, food reaches in the form of bolus in the stomach. The gastric gland is present in the wall of stomach. It releases gastric juice. Gastric gland releases gastric juice which contains HCl, pepsin and mucus. Okay. So, what is the function of HCl here? HCl, it kills bacteria and provide acidic medium to the food, because pepsin is only get activated only in presence of acidic medium. So, indirectly, HCl activate the enzyme pepsin by making the food acidic. Okay, so function of HCl is to kill bacteria, give the food acidic medium so that enzyme pepsin is activated. Now, function of pepsin is to digest protein. Pepsin digests protein, and function of mucus is it protects the inner lining of stomach. It protects inner lining of stomach by the action of acid, and it also moists the food. Mucus, it has two functions. It protects the inner lining of the stomach and it moists the food. Stomach has sphincter, means it has valves on both the endings. So, the entrance of food and exit of food from the stomach is regulated by the sphincter. Next, after that, food is taken by the small intestine. It is highly coiled. Structure. In herbivores, small intestine is longer since it has to digest cellulose. Digestion of cellulose takes time. That's why in herbivores, small intestine is longer compared to the carnivores and omnivores. Now, small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrate, protein and fats. So, carbohydrate, fats and protein are completely digested in the small intestine. The different secretions of small intestine are bile juice, pancreatic juice, and intestinal juice. Now, bile juice contains bile pigment and bile salt. It contains bile pigment and bile salt. Bile pigment is the ruptured RBC, so it does not have any function in digestion, while bile salt has the main function of emulsifying the fat. It emulsifies the fat. Bile juice is secreted from liver and it is stored in gallbladder. Bile juice is secreted by the liver and is stored in gallbladder. It emulsifies the fat. Emulsify means it breaks the large molecule of fat into smaller pieces. It breaks large molecule of fat into smaller pieces. Next is pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice is secreted by pancreas. It contains the enzyme. It contains enzyme trypsin and pepsin. Trypsin and lipase. Pancreatic juice secreted from pancreas and contains the enzyme trypsin and lipase. Function of trypsin is to digest protein. It digests protein, and function of lipase is to digest emulsified fats. Fats which is broken down into smaller pieces by bile salt is further digested by lipase. So first, bile salt breaks the fat molecules into smaller, and after that only lipase acts on the fat and it digests. Next is intestinal juice. It is secreted by small intestine and its main function is to convert carbohydrate into glucose. It converts carbohydrate into glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol. Fat is converted into fatty acid and glycerol, and protein is converted into amino acid. Protein is converted into amino acid. So, here complete digestion has taken place. First, it has started from the mouth where salivary amylase digest starts. Then in stomach, HCl kills bacteria and give acidic medium to the food and activate pepsin. Pepsin acts on protein and mucus helps in the protecting inner lining of stomach from acid. And after that, bile juice converts large fat molecules into smaller parts, which is then acted by the lipase, which digests the emulsified fat. Trypsin digests protein, and intestinal juice finally converts carbohydrate into glucose, fats into fatty acid, and protein into amino acid. After this, absorption takes place. After this complete digestion, absorption of digested food takes place. So, in small intestine, there is finger-like projection. In small intestine, there is finger-like projection known as villi, and villi has thread-like structure known as microvilli. It increases the surface area for the absorption of digested food. Okay, so this villi and microvilli increases the surface area for the absorption of digested food. This villi is richly supplied with blood vessel which takes the food to each and every cells. Food is absorbed by villi and then from villi it is absorbed by the blood vessels, and these blood vessels takes the food to each and every part, every cells of the body, and food absorbed is utilized for obtaining energy, building new cells, and repair of worn out cells. Clear? So whatever food we have taken is first digested, then absorbed, and then assimilated in the cell so that whenever it is required, it can be utilized for different purposes. After small intestine, the undigested food reaches large intestine, and here also villi is present which absorbs water from the undigested food, and waste is removed from the body through anus. Clear? So removal of waste is regulated by anal sphincter muscles. Anal sphincter muscle, and thus the complete nutrition in human beings is in such a way it is completed. And here in large intestine, if extra water, whatever is present in the undigested food, if required by the body, it is absorbed by the villi, and waste product is removed through anus.